Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Sherry Tries That, or welcome if you're new. If you are new, I'm so glad that you found my channel. I hope that you enjoy it enough to want to stay and see my future videos, maybe even go back and look at my past videos. In keeping with the Christmas theme, today I'm going to make Christmas Jello balls and pudding balls. And both of them are no baking. My favorite kind. They do take a little bit of setup time in the fridge, but they're quick, they're easy, not very expensive, and hopefully tasty. I've never made these before, so come along with me as I make these and let's see how they turn out. Okay, we're going to make the Jello balls first. Take 3/4 of a cup of plain Greek yogurt, unflavored, and you want it to be Greek because it's thicker. Pour 3/4 of a cup of the unflavored Greek yogurt into one medium mixing bowl. And then you're going to do the same in a second bowl. Now you're going to take 1 box of red Jello powder. I'm using strawberry. You could also use cherry. And pour that into the bowl. And then pour a box of green Jello in the other bowl. I'm using lime. If you have green apple where you live, that's another option. And then you're going to take a small whisk and whisk them together. You want to mix the Jello powder and the yogurt until there's no more streaks of color from the powder, and it should be kind of like a pasty consistency. That's the consistency you want. Make sure it gets, you can use a fork if you don't have a whisk. Just make sure it gets well mixed. You don't want any little clumps of Jello powder, any granulars kind of left behind. No granular left behind. And then do the same with your other one. If you're using the same whisk for both, then clean it in between. You don't want to cross-contaminate with the colors. It would turn into kind of a muddy, icky color, not festive Christmas colors. Oh, I love the smell of the lime. I really like lime everything, which is probably why I like margaritas so much. Okay. Now we're going to cover these with plastic wrap and put them in the fridge for 20 minutes. This is an important step. Don't skip it. Okay, 20 minutes has gone by. So now we're going to roll them, and then we are going to coat them in some coconut. So I've got almost like a little assembly station going here. Put some coconut out on a piece of parchment. You can put it on a plate, in a shallow bowl, whatever you prefer. I like putting it on the parchment just for easier cleanup, less dishes. I'm going to take a teaspoon. If you have like an ice cream scoop or something like that, you can use something like that. You want them, apparently, about 1-inch balls, but really, it's whatever you want. I forgot something. If you find that it's going to stick to you, and I don't know why it wouldn't, you want to wet your hands first, just in some water. Should we taste this and see how it turned out? Oh, that's very tasty. Okay, now I have wet hands. It's supposed to put a little barrier so that it's easier to keep it from sticking to you. I don't think it's working all that well, but roll it. Maybe these aren't set up enough. They were in there for 20 minutes, but man. You know what? I think I'm going to put them back in the fridge for a little while. I want to see if they can firm up a little more than that. Okay, I popped it back in for about 15 minutes. Let's see if it made any difference. I'm going to wet my hands this time. It does feel a little bit firmer, so I think the extra time, I don't know. I bought lactose-free Greek yogurt. I'm wondering if that has anything to do with it. I don't know, but we're just going to go ahead, forge ahead, because they do go back into the fridge for quite a while. But I was expecting these to be a little firmer when rolling the balls. They're not going to be terribly ball-like, I don't think, but we'll see. After you roll it in the coconut, I don't think I explained that part. After you form like a ball or something close to it, roll it in the coconut and then put it on a cookie sheet or a plate that has been lined in parchment paper. This is turning into a great big mess. My house is not at an abnormally warm temperature. If anything, I keep my house fairly cool. People tend to complain about it when they come over. So, I don't know. If there are any scientists out there that know whether the lactose-free makes a difference, please comment down below. Help us out. Let us know if that's affecting the consistency. Maybe it is. I don't know. I only bought the lactose-free because it was on sale. It was cheaper. I never thought about it changing the consistency. Wash my hands to kind of start again. I'm just going to turn this around. I want to keep the green out, but I don't think I need to tear off another piece. I'll just put some more coconut down. These look a little more pink than I would like. Maybe cherry would have been a better choice. Might have been like a deeper red. Suppose I could put red food coloring in. Okay, I am going to put some red food coloring in just to make it a little more Christmassy colors. Don't know how much to put in. I think I did 4 or 5 drops. And that's not going to be enough. Might need to empty my bottle here. That looks better. That looks more like Christmas red. It's still not as deep red as maybe I would have preferred, but it's better than the pink that it was. So let's continue on. These are feeling really soft. No, this is not right. This is not right. Something is really wrong here. This one's even softer than the last one, and it won't form together at all. Ah. Well, I'm going to put these in the fridge, let them firm up. Let's see how they turn out. So I looked up whether using lactose-free Greek yogurt would make a difference to the thickening of the combination of Jello powder and the Greek yogurt. And everything I read said, no, it would not make a difference. It would not make it less thick. So I'm really not sure what's wrong here. I'm going to go ahead and try the pudding balls, but I'm feeling a little dejected. I'm not sure that I have 2 3/4 cups of this Greek yogurt left. So I was just going to do half a recipe, but then I'm going to have half a bag of chocolate pudding and half a bag of white chocolate pudding left over. So maybe I'll just do some chocolate pudding balls. This is not turning out. All right, let's give this one a try. Okay, we're going to do 3/4 of a cup of plain Greek yogurt. Well, I was right. I wouldn't have had 2 3/4 of a cup. I'll be lucky if I get one complete 3/4 of a cup out of this. It's pretty close. This is fat-free chocolate pudding. I didn't necessarily intend to get fat-free. I just noticed when I got home yesterday that it was fat-free. This shouldn't make any difference either. Oh, this one's really setting up differently than the Jello powder, but I guess that's to be expected. Pudding and Jello set up quite differently. I have a feeling this one's going to turn out better because it's already thicker. Smokes, this one's almost too thick.
One eternity later.
For the chocolate ones, I thought I would roll them in crushed peppermint pieces, which I bought at a bulk food store. You can, of course, get candy canes or peppermint candies and crush them up yourself. I had pictured it just red and white. They had red, green, and white, but I thought that's still festive. So, I'm going to wet my hands. I'm assuming the same rules apply, although didn't help me much last time. Yeah, these firm up into balls right away. And I'm going to just press some candy cane bits or peppermint bits. Put it on a plate lined with parchment. This is going to work out much better. Now I wish I had done both pudding balls and just one Jello ball, or no Jello balls. I'm thinking that you could also mix pudding powder with cream cheese, and then it would be like a little bite of cheesecake. I bet that would be good. I might try that at some point and then, roll it. You can roll it in all kinds of different things. Like the chocolate, well, or the white chocolate. You could roll in crushed nuts. You could roll in cocoa. You could roll in the coconut, peppermint bits. There's probably all kinds of things. If you wanted it to be like a cheesecake piece, you could roll it in crushed graham crackers so that that was like the crust. Yeah, this one's going much, much better. It's starting to get much stickier. So I think you got to move quickly. Work as quickly as you can, um, so that they're a little less sticky. My hands could probably use a little more water again. Sprinkles, you could cover these in sprinkles. Covering them in Pop Rocks would be kind of funny. Do you have Pop Rocks where you live? Do you know what they are? Cover them in little nerds. It's all kinds of things. Okay, I'm going to pop these in the fridge now and let them finish firming up. Okay, I just took these out of the fridge. They've been in the fridge for hours, and they're no firmer than they were when I put them in. Now, here's the chocolate ones, and you can probably see that they're getting runny, like they're melting. I just took these out of the fridge. Makes me wonder if there's something wrong with my fridge. Well, I'm kind of bummed out. I really don't know what went wrong. If you have any ideas as to what I did wrong, please tell me. I would really appreciate it. I'm going to taste them, but the form is not right. I mean, you're going to give people a spoon to eat these with? Anyway, here's the strawberry one, rolled in coconut. It's good. It's got a very strong strawberry flavor. It's almost like maybe the ratios are off or something. This lime one is big. I'm just going to have part of it. Again, strong lime flavor, which I don't mind, but I'm wondering if it's supposed to be that strong. Like the Greek yogurt mixed with the Jello powder is supposed to end up a sort of mousse-like consistency. And that's not what I would call a mousse-like consistency. It's mousse has got, a bit of not stiffness, but a bit of heft to it, or this is just very, very, very loose. Now I'll try the pudding one, which they definitely started out firmer. But why they're getting all soft and runnyish now, like once I put them in the fridge, that doesn't make any sense to me. Mm. That one's rolled in peppermint pieces. That is my favorite. And I don't, not because it's chocolate. I do really like the peppermint. I really love peppermint. But it's the consistency. It's, even though it appears to be melting now, it is still firmer, and you feel like you're kind of taking a bite of something. The other two you could just gum eat. If you had no teeth, you could consume them easily. I don't understand. I really, really don't. If you have any ideas, any suggestions, please share them down below in the comments, because I wouldn't mind trying this again, if I know what to do differently. I'm not going to try it again exactly the same way. So I was going to give some to my neighbors. I was going to take some into work. That's not going to happen now. I'm sad. Aww. I feel badly that they didn't turn out. I guess they can't all turn out. Well, I won't be putting those out at Christmas time for guests. Not the way they turned out. Even though I consider these a fail, I still really appreciate you watching the video. Any comments? And I really appreciate you joining me today on Sherry Tries That. See you in the next video. Bye.